This, that, this, that. This, click this, pin, screen. What's up, Lola? How are you? Some of my voice is kind of rough. Yeah, how are you? How's it going? Let's see. Oh, man. My first sketches in the day. Don't judge me. Alright. Let's draw some things. I'm doing pretty good. Good week. Definitely decided to kind of sleep all weekend, to be honest. But no, I'm doing pretty good. What are you up to? So I'm trying to figure out what I want to draw. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Underbed? Is that a new profile picture I see? He said, oh. What am I? Hold on. One second. Puppies! My dogs are getting into something. I can feel it. Yep. What are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. Hold on. I know my dog's outside. They're being funny. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Don't mind the crinkling. I'm eating pretzels. Alright. Yeah, I have two dogs. I got a Italian Greyhound and a Pug Chihuahua. I love them both very dearly, although they offer me nothing in exchange and pee on my stuff. Now I've always wanted dogs, man. When I was a kid, and then when I met my wife and like I got the military, I was like, wife, please let me get a dog. Like, I wanted a dog for so long, and it's just as great as I thought it would be. I love having dogs. Yeah, the Greyhound is Howard, and then the Pug Chihuahua is Berkeley. We named him after colleges. Like we got Howard as a puppy, and when we got it from the place, his name was already Howard, and I liked the name, so we kept the name. And then when we got the Pug Boy, his name was Lurch initially from like the shelter, and I was like, I don't like Lurch. It sounds kind of like lame, so we renamed him Berkeley. And if we get another dog, we'll probably name him like Princeton or something. Yeah, no, they're good dogs. They're very friendly. They like to play with each other and stuff. We had the Greyhound for like 2 years before we got the other one, but now they're both like 5 years old. They're not like puppies anymore, but I call them puppies. I don't know. They're puppies to me. No, having dogs is like awesome. Oh, eat a fish. That's tough. It's okay. I've killed many a fish. I can take care of a fish for a long time nowadays, but back when I was a kid, I could not take care of a fish. Like I couldn't do it. I don't know what the disconnect was. I'm about to change the music a little bit. Um, nah, fish be dying. It happens. It's a canon event. Yeah. R.I.P. Fish Bozo. It is what it is. You guys still drawing? And if you are, what have you been drawing lately? And the answer should be yes. No excuses. Does it wait? That's a planet. Oh, is he a beta fish? Beta fish are really pretty. You know they're like super mean for no reason. Hey, nice. How old are your dogs? Hey, Koopa. Long time no see, brother. I'm doing great though. How are you? You didn't miss anything. Or I don't think you did. I just work here. Alright, good night. Yeah, yeah. I was in the past month. I was like super busy, but now I'm a lot less busy, which is nice. You got any creative projects you're working on? All good, all good. Yeah. It is what it is. Welcome back. I'm drawing it. No idea. I have no idea what I'm drawing. And I don't know if it's possible to time out Nightbot. Not as a channel. I guess that makes sense, right? Damn, son. I gotta get on that Nightbot streaming schedule. You draw favorite OC? Nice. Who's your favorite OC? I mean, I guess it's your OC. Yeah, I still don't really have like too many OCs, if any. It's a original character. It's very popular amongst the artist community. Typically speaking, most online artists will have like 5 to 10 OCs they've created over time, whether it be like for a comic they made or just like characters that draw or whatever. Like technically, the Burb, that's like my mascot, I guess. Technically, that's an OC of mine. Like it's the original character I made up. I don't really do OCs too much personally, but it's really like a lot of people have OCs. Like most, you can assume that most artists have like some kind of OC somewhere. It's all it is. It's nothing crazy. It's kind of cool. Some people have like 100 OCs, like, and some people have like thousands of OCs. I yeah. So technically, you probably have like at least 10 OCs probably. Without you thinking about it. I have 10. Wait, you have 10? Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, if Koopa isn't a character that's already made, even if it's like from the Mario franchise, if it's like a different character, then yeah, it's an OC that you made. So if you ask me like, hey, can you draw my OC? Which I guess I've drawn your OC once already, technically speaking. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's okay. Not that'll do mine. I draw like 10 characters a day, and I have like no names for my OCs or anything. The world. The smallest bird. Did you? Can you post it? Nice. Can't wait to see them. That is the boy. That's cute. All right, all right. I'm a fan. You can get better drawing shoes. That's good. Yeah, shoes are kind of weird. Not one of my favorite things to draw, but when I do draw it well, it feels nice. Is that a post? Not yet. Oh no. I can look at your post in a second though. I won't lose my train of thought with this drawing though. I'm the if the Pika new jam. Wait, what? That sounds funny, but I don't think I get it. Oh, that's true. What's magma? Magma is what I'm drawing on right now. It's a it's like think of Photoshop. If Photoshop was a browser and people were able to draw on the same browser as you. So if you click my pinned link right now, you could draw in the same canvas I'm drawing on right now. That's what magma is. Be there or be square, bro. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I found it maybe less than a year ago. I think it's really cool. No, no, no. I use I usually use a Krita also because I'm just cheap to be honest. It's completely up to you. There is no obligation. I'm just here to draw. Welcome back. Evie's hair. Damn, that's tough. This is a question that only smart people. I probably will not be able to answer this. I do not claim to be a smart man. I'm smart enough to get by life. Definitely SpongeBob SquarePants. Hopefully. Sources say. Schiffer work. It's okay. I lose track of my characters I've drawn all the time. It's hard to keep track, honestly. Especially when you draw all the time. Oh, that'll be hold up. What hmm, wait, hold up. 9 times 9 is 81, right? Tripping right now? It's been forever. Yeah. I think it's right. Unless I messed something up. Unless I messed something up. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. No? Alright, I tried. I'll use Gemini next time. What's funny too is as an engineer, I don't use a single. Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, what? Wait, where does the 18 come from? X squared comes from the obviously the x squared. 18x. Oh, is it to get rid of the one of the exponents? I see. That makes sense. Yeah, it's been like forever. It's been years. It's been like a decade since I've done like algebra like that. Good riddance. Cheater? How am I a cheater? What are you talking about? I'm using my resources, man. That's what school teaches me, right? No, as literally an engineer, I never use any kind of I rarely use algebra in like my issues. It's all fake. Oh yeah, of course I would. What? Or a calculator. Unless I'm taking an exam, I don't. I have no reason to memorize those kind of equations. Like literally, the only reason why you memorize stuff like that is to pass math class. Once you become an adult, you would never use any of that, unless you're, I guess, you're a mathematician. But I don't know why you do that to yourself. But good on you for knowing how to do algebraic equations. It'll be useful as you go through school. And then one day you'll be just like me and work an adult job and not know how to do it. Me too. Well, I like math because it is useful, but only to a certain point. I don't mind learning about it, but doing the same formula 50 times every night for homework, that's not fun. I'm good. Why y equals mx plus b? It's fair. What was the Pythagorean theorem? It was like what? A squared equals c squared plus b squared? Welcome back. Kiwi? Nice. Yeah, John Grossi is fun. You are getting better. You're always getting better. Like literally the secret to getting better at art is by keep drawing. Like always, yeah, just draw. You will get better. Like you can definitely get better. That's why I draw so much. I want to get better at drawing. I think there's a lot of things I want to be able to do that I'm not currently the best at. And the only way to get good at it is by practicing and drawing. So like the key is to always draw. Like never not draw if possible. And eventually you'll be really good. And there people will start saying like, "Oh my god, you're so talented," and then like put like you put like a million hours in a drawing. And everyone's like, "Wow, you're so talented." I'm like, "How am I talented, bro?" It's I put so much work into drawing, man. Like trust me, I am not talented. I'm just focused. Which is why I don't really understand why people are like, "I'm not good at art, so I don't draw." I'm like, you don't get good until you start drawing. Like, what do you mean? Like, it doesn't make no sense. I'm focused. It's okay. I actually drew a traditional today. I draw on pencil and paper a lot too, actually. I feel like I'm actually better on paper, to be honest. I got working my my digital art, to be honest. I feel that. That is true. I didn't post art for like 4 years for like the same reason. I just didn't like my art, to be honest. But yeah, looking back at it now, I actually am start happy I started posting, so I can kind of see how far I've gone. And sometimes like I usually don't like my art when I make it, but if I give a couple days, sometimes I actually really like some of the stuff I draw. To be honest, it is awkward posting for the first time though. I mean, you can post on Magma too. It's all good. As long as you post somewhere, it doesn't really matter where. Is that his personal preference at that point? I will say, yeah, also posting online, even if no one sees it, it does like force you to be a better artist because you have to like get used to like being a bit more confident than you normally have to be. So even if you like don't increase your skill, like it does make you better, just because like you're putting yourself out there. Because like a lot of artists can't do that. They have a hard time like being confident and stuff, which is fair because art's hard. But it helps because I think my art's pretty mid, but you guys think it's good. You know what I mean? So it's all subjective. Because when I see other artists who I think are really good, I'm nowhere near their skill level. So we all feel like imposters, you know? Yeah, it's real. It's okay. We all go through it. You're not alone. Trust me. This is a very normal thing you're feeling. And of course, take it at your own pace. At the end of the day, there's no right answer. Yeah, there's no right way to do art. So at the end of the day, take my advice with a grain of salt. If it doesn't work for you. Oh, jeez. you see my drawing? Let me see. Hey yo. Nice, nice. Oh, hold on one sec. And I'm back. Okay. All right, see you, Koopa. Enjoy your honey mustard. That's a good start. Takes a lot of confidence. Well, I'm very proud of you. Yeah, just baby steps. You don't gotta go too crazy. You don't need to make a YouTube or anything like that. After you post, it will get easier with time. Deja vu. What's up, Krizu? I drew something you might enjoy. I drew a gremlin. Hi again, Krizu. What's up, dude? It's not deja vu. You want me and I want you. It's not deja vu. You certainly have been liking your poster boxes. Uh, Probably not. You probably post 4 times as much as I post. And all I do is post art. I don't really post community engaging posts or anything too often. Unless you count the art as like community engaging. I'm into this for simply because I like to draw. I think you're in it for different reasons. Because like you get a lot of engagement in your posts. I think we have 2 different kinds of vibes. But I do draw a lot, so I mean, there's that, I guess. Yeah, at this point, I don't know if people even see my posts or like they even like look at my posts anymore. As like drawn. Fair. Well, because like my thing is like I draw or I post every time I draw, and I'm like, I realize that when I have free time, I'm always drawing, so I'm like, oh, I might as well post this. So so my posts keep coming up because I'm always drawing anyway. That's the reason why I stream. It's kind of like if I wasn't streaming, I'd still probably be drawing anyway. What's up, Miss? I'm gonna call you Rice. I could be wrong, but Rice sounds correct to me. What's up, dude? I think I've never seen you before. I don't know if we like chatted too much, but it's nice seeing you, brother. Here's some of the drawings today. You've been going through Massive Identity Crisis art. Is it the Mr. Acid? Yeah, I can't read that, bro. Hieroglyphics. Okay, that's good, man. Do you draw in different perspectives now, or do you still draw symmetry? I thought your style was like the big feet, skinny waist, snatch body aesthetic. Did you change that, or is it still the same? Just like different coloring palette. It's interesting though. I like it. It's not my favorite language, but it's the language I have. I said art backwards. It's called art, bro. You're not supposed to get it. It's supposed to be a conversational point. We're talking about it. That's a valid argument. Silly R's. You don't like your art style? Did I see your art style before? Do you post your art? Let me see. I can't remember if I've seen. Maybe I haven't seen. Oh, you also was Sag. That's why I was like, your name is so familiar, but I can't remember. Yeah, I just stalked your art profile, your YouTube. I think you draw fine. I personally think your art style is interesting. That's just me though, I guess. Take that with a grain of salt, I guess. I mean, like it's very normal for an artist not to like their art. It's like a very very canon event type issue. I don't even like my art that much. Like art's not about liking your art. It's more about like even though you don't like your art, are you still willing to improve your art style, like your art? That's more like the vibe. It's not about like liking your art. That's probably never gonna happen to be honest. Like just give up hope. It's never gonna happen. It's about the grind. It's about even though you hate your art, would you still draw anyway? That's like the true question. I'm gonna say it now. Art styles are overhyped, and art styles are they hold you back from actually getting better art, in my opinion. You should always just try to draw better than you did the last time you drew. If you go to an art style, you're gonna make the same mistake. Like you're gonna draw in a specific style, but every style is a bit different for different reasons. So you're gonna keep drawing it the same mistakes over and over, and you'll never improve. But if you draw to improve, then you always your own style will naturally happen anyway, just because we're all different people. Like we can't have the same handwriting, you know what I mean? Like it's always gonna be different. But you can always practice your handwriting, and it'll still be your handwriting, but it'll just be better. So like, in my opinion, don't even look for an art style, or you're wasting your time. Just get better art. Like just look up things that you want to work on and practice those things, and then your own style will naturally like start shining through. Just because like you can't, no one can draw like we all can't draw the same way. Like I can't draw the way Creasy draws, and you can't draw the way I draw. We're all different people. No, I said your art was cool, man. I like your art. Yeah. So I don't even think I have an art style. I think I draw whatever I want to like. This and this and this and this. These are all different art styles. Like what? I don't really have an art style. Like, am I a semi realistic manga artist? I don't know. I just draw to improve. I want to draw a big robot getting their arm blasted. I want to draw a expressive gremlin. I want to draw a busty woman, and I want to draw a hand slashing and a meteor action effect. And I want to draw a soldier knight with the skirt pleated. Yeah, yeah. Art style is a myth, bro. Just everyone just draw what they want to draw. Like just practice, do your best. Yeah, art style is a myth. Yeah, like whatever gets you motivated to draw, just do that. I remember when the Crease used to only draw like animal heads. That was weird. But now he draws like bodies and stuff. It's still the same like person drawing it, but it's like different, you know? Just practice. Draw a femboy. I probably could draw a femboy. I think I've drawn a femboy like once or twice. It's not often though. Probably can give it a 1-2. Surprisingly. Dot dot dot. I can see that from a mile away. You come off like a femboy OC type. You ain't fooling nobody. I'm joking. No, I remember the side profile of Monster Head. I remember the whole thing. I'm sure there's things I used to do though too that were kind of like cringy. um, speaking Dutch, rough. Can't relate. It speaks English. Imagine being Dutch. Couldn't be me for real, for real. Honestly, art's a scam, bro. The amount of time we gotta put into art to be decent at even making like kind of good art is like ridiculous. I don't know why we even bother doing this. It's like a losing, like there's like no money to be made. It's hard as it's like super hard. Like all we get is self-esteem issues. Art's like the worst, bro. No reward. It's just pain. Every day is pain. I remember, bro. Sorry, I got the memory. I remember all my. I kiss all my art homies goodnight. I remember. I'll never forget. Well, that's how I know how much you improved. Now I see the stuff you draw. You know, you come a long way. Art is super scam. Art comparative to the time it takes to make it and to get good at it versus the reward, scam. You cannot tell me art is a worthwhile of your time. Like you gotta like, can you really say that like the time you put into art directly like actually like is proportional to the reward you get? Like how much money do you get making art? How much time have you made making art? Yeah. You know how much money I've gotten from all like the hours of art I put in? $0. I haven't gotten a dime, bro. I probably draw like shoot, at least like 20 hours a week. You know why I do this? It's because it's fun. That's why. If I did this for money, I'd probably be very unhappy. I do this simply because I enjoy making it. That's it. Like no other objective. Like even like if you want money, don't make art. Just get a job. Like art is not how you make money. So if you're going to art for like, I'm gonna like go to all like the furry posts. Like don't do it, bro. Just get a job. You'll make more money. That's fair. Well, see, you got paid. I don't get paid. All this art that I do is completely for free. Well, free because I want to practice, I guess. Yeah, I don't make money, and I draw probably more than all of you. All jokes aside, though, I like making art. It's fun. Even if I had never got a dollar until I die, it's fine. I just want to make busty women and funny memes. I find it really fun, personally. That's like the only reason why I do art. I just find it interesting. It's like challenging. I like getting better at stuff. I like sucking at stuff. Like I like not being good at things, and that's why art like makes me happy because I'm like I'm not really that good at it. It's like all I can do is improve, and improving is fun. It also mention I'm a perfectionist. You bro ate my money. Bro actually ate my dollars, bro. Just tragic. Hey, Easy, what's going on, dude? You want to make animation? Good luck, brother. You have willpower that I will never achieve. I think about animation sometimes, but I just like the learning curve is so high. I just don't feel like drawing. Okay, so it's gonna sound silly because I draw like this anyway. I was gonna say I don't want to draw like a million drawings every day for like a 2 second animation, but also I draw like a fuck ton anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Whether I'm animating or drawing, I'm still putting in like the drawing hours anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? I had a pretty good day. Life is good. My wife is doing good. My dogs are fine. Money's being made. College kind of sucks, but you know, it's what it is. Drawing, my favorite pastime. Yeah, doodling is sketching is more my speed, to be honest. I do kind of want to try animation though. I've always thought about it, but I just kind of I don't know. I'm scared. I guess I'm kind of a pussy, I suppose. to put it lightly. I'm just scared. I make animations but more for myself. I'm scared of. Oh, that's fair. People make fun of me all the time. Everyone's like, everyone tells me I'm not being the NSFW allegations. I'm like, hey, it's okay. If you draw, you will be judged. This is how it is. But that's okay. That's why I hang out with other artists, because we get it. I was just making fun of Krizu like a second ago. We do be judging here. We judge. Yeah, bro. We all get to judge. It's what we do. We're judgmental as people. It's what brings us together. Judgments. It's our God-given right. Nah, nah. You can be a hater. You can be broke and still be hating on people. Hating is a God-given right, and I sure will exercise my right. I love being a hater. To be honest. All jokes aside, though, it's fine. Just because if you're waiting for yourself for you like if you're waiting to do something you want to do artistically, and you're telling yourself that I need to get better at making this or at being if you're trying to get better at art before you make art that you want to make, you're wasting your time. You're never gonna be good enough. Just go ahead and make what you want to make. You're not gonna like it anyway, so who cares? I judge people all the time. What's up, Owen? How's it going, dude? No, I love judging people. 100%. Favorite pastime. I'm gonna judge you too. Honestly, you not judging people makes me judge you. No one's safe. You're consuming fries by the ocean. How American. How majestically unmajestic. That sounds fun though. Sounds calm. I have a box with old drawings. Yeah, I don't open up my like old drawings. Like I'm way too embarrassed to be honest. I do not like the way I drew back in the day. I don't even like the way I draw now, really. But drawing back in the day, I was like, oh god, this sucks. With my art, I follow Nikki. Just do it. Or Nike. Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like your art will never be good enough for you. Like you're always gonna see every flaw you make in your art. Like you're just not gonna like your art ever, unfortunately. So if you're waiting to like your art, you're wasting your time. Just pack it up. Just make art that sucks and then move on. Because then someone will think it doesn't suck that much, and you'll be like, my art sucks," and they'll be like, "Your art's cool," and then you'll be like, "What?" It happens to every artist. It happens to me. Every time you guys are like, "Wow, your art's cool," I'm like, "How? Like, are we looking at the same thing?" Shit sucks. Can't sleep at all. That's fair. Sleeping do be like that sometimes. Be elusive. That's good, man. Might be like your art. A lot of us obviously don't like our art. I don't mind. I'm at a point where I don't mind my art. I think it can always be better, of course, but I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think my art's passable. I don't know what that is, but it sounds fun. Hope you enjoy it. I looked at my old drawings and enjoy most when I draw people. It's good. And also, yeah, embrace change, bro. Like sometimes people are like, "Oh my god, I don't like drawing like the one thing I draw for like years." It's like, yeah, draw something else. It's fine. Like there's no rules to art. You can draw whatever you want. People like to like make art like some kind of contest. I'm like, bro, like as long as you're drawing every day, like it doesn't really matter what you do, because you'll always get a little bit better. The worst thing you can do is to not draw at all. Then you're like gonna suffer for real. Like always draw. Like yeah, people got too many damn excuses. I'm like, if you got time to watch your phone, you got time to draw, bro. I don't want to hear it. Thanks. I drew my geometry chest. Nice. To draw a male flat chest and short hair. I mean, don't draw femboys now in class. Might be hard to explain. I try not to draw busty women in public. Wait, you drew a male flat chest, short hair with a beard? Suave behavior. I draw like at work. I guess is my equivalent to drawing in class, I suppose. Keep doing that. Goddamn. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm like when you start drawing, like drawing is a really enjoyable experience. Not saying you gotta draw all the time or anything like that, but like you should like want to draw. If drawing is like such a pain to you that like you just cannot bring yourself to do it, I'm like maybe you just don't like drawing right now. And you can like go in phases too. You don't have to always like drawing. It's fine. But like if you don't want to draw, don't draw. Because then you get like if you force yourself all the time, everyone's gonna be like, or then you get like a quote unquote art block, and then everyone's like, or then everyone's like, oh my god, I got like a condition where I can't draw because I have art block. I'm like, man, shut, bro, just take a break. He's fine. There's no rules. Like, if you can't, if you don't want to draw, don't draw. Like, it's whatever. It doesn't have to be that deep. Like, just take a break. Sometimes I don't feel like drawing. Sometimes I'll still draw anyway. But like, it's if I choose not to draw, it's fine. Like, I'm not criminal. Like, I don't need to want to draw every single day of the week. It's okay. I don't have art block. I just want to take a break. I want to like do something else. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with me. Yeah, people take it way too serious. Where they're like, I haven't drawn in 8 years because I have art block. I'm like, bro, relax. It's not that deep. Yeah, like sometimes like you probably should like even if you don't want to draw, like should try to draw a little bit. But if it's like every day for like a week, just take a break. Like you're better off taking a break than like forcing yourself. Because if you keep forcing yourself, you're gonna hate it. You don't want to do that either. So it's like it's about moderation. Like you just gotta know yourself, listen to yourself, and like it's fine. There's no rules. I draw girls too. That's crazy. I love drawing girls because they're attractive to me. How do you draw females? Like in the way that I do and the way that she does. You're gonna get two different answers. Well, I'll tell you how I do it if you want to know. Now, granted, like my advice only works if you are really comfortable drawing, but like because I don't follow a system. Well, okay, let me take that back. I do follow a system. Um, here's what you guys don't see, but here's what I see. Oh, I got you my color. So when I draw, there's certain shapes that like make up the things I draw that you guys don't see. But so when every time I draw a head, no matter what angle I'm drawing is, I always draw a box, always. Or I imagine a box. And the box can be facing like this way. It can be facing like up and down. It doesn't matter. Like I'm always gonna draw a box or imagine a box in my head. No pun intended. And then but again, that takes time to get normal. Yeah. And the boxes are just for template. It's not, you don't need to like actually draw boxes. It's just to get an idea of what you're doing. Because the human body is kind of complicated, so you gotta like kind of break it down. That makes in a way that makes sense. And then after you get used to drawing boxes, you gotta know how females work. Like you gotta know there's a man and a woman for most characters. Of course, there's characters in the middle. It's fine, but typically a woman, or I'll draw both. If I was drawing a woman, things I want to keep in mind is that the shoulders are always going to be that's kind of wide. Sorry. It's going to be like the shoulder for like the ribs, I guess. And then the stomach is going to be just like smaller. And then the waist is always going to match the width of the shoulders. Like this is the most important thing when you're drawing a female character in most cases. Like the shoulder and the hip should always be the same distance apart from the head, always. And like the waist part is normally going to be smaller, even if it's like a chubby woman. The waist part is still going to be smaller, and the shoulders and the hips are going to outweigh they're going to outside like with the middle part. And then the legs are just the legs. That's it. And then for a dude, it's going to be very similar. Like you're going to draw a box. You're going to draw like, another box. But like they're going to have a smaller waist. So whatever their shoulders are at, you can kind of draw a box for like the middle, but yeah, so like for a male, the shoulders actually the shoulders are gonna be wider than the hips, if that makes sense. Yeah. So honestly, that's the biggest besides like obviously like the female features of like the breasts and things like that. Um, if you're drawing a character, just make sure like the hip to shoulder ratio matches. Because if you make the man's hip as wide as the shoulder, he's gonna look like a female. If you're drawing a femboy, you can make it wider because it'll look more feminine. And if you're drawing it more manly, you can even make the waist even smaller, and it will still look very manly because he's got such a strong chest. So even that works too. That's like for like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. But yeah, just never make for a male. Most male characters never make the waist wider than the shoulders. And even for females, if you want to make like a super like curvy female, you can even make her hips wider than her shoulders. And it should be like a dump truck at that point, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that's like the key thing. It's really just the shoulder to hip ratio, or like the width anyway. And honestly, if you don't change much and that's all you change, a lot of characters will look really different if you just change that. And then once you get that, just like that basic idea, then you can start like understanding like why things look the way they look. Like, let me just look up a random woman online, I guess. And go through some creative feeds. Yeah, well, that's what I imagine in my head. This is what I actually draw. So first I draw the head, right? So we're gonna draw, I don't know. Also, like, usually you should start with the head. I draw based on what I want to see first, like whatever the vibe is. It's okay. So also for a female, usually because I draw a lot of them, the head's also gonna follow a certain flavor, right? Well, let me do this. All right. So typically, which is pretty obvious, you make the chin usually smaller, depending on the woman. But on most cases, the woman's chin is gonna be much smaller than the man's. Or a young boy character, even then, it's gonna look a little different. But the biggest thing here is like for most female characters, especially like in like more stylized comics and stuff, like manga or like whatever, what makes a woman more woman looking is usually the neck size. So if the sides of the head are here, or sorry, it's like the I mean like the chin anyway, what we want to call it. Yeah. So if you're drawing a woman, typically speaking, like you're never gonna go past like unless you're drawing like a really like either a really realistic woman, because usually realistically the woman actually have thick necks too. But in most comic series or like manga or whatever, usually at the halfway mark, you don't ever want to go past this. So if you draw a neck like here, she's gonna look more feminine, right? And then you can like draw like the whatever. But literally, so now she looks like like more womanly, right? But literally, as soon as I change the neck width, she's gonna look like a man. Like it's all these, and that's what the biggest like anatomy thing is. Like it's a bunch of small differences that make a huge thing. So as soon as I go past the halfway mark on the head, she's gonna look more like a man. Now she got a thick neck, and now she kind of looks like a dude. And then if you draw like the neck muscles, like now it's like a guy. And that's like that's all it takes. Like so long as you remember like the shoulder, and then and again for a dude, in most cases, the shoulder width is going to be wider than the hip width. And if it's a woman, then the shoulder width's gonna match the hip width or be wider. If she'd be like a Pixar mom, I guess. And that's really about it. And like just to put an example, like so let's say this is a dude, right? So the torso is not gonna go past the shoulders, so you can just go ahead and draw like the torso at the shoulders. Just draw a line, doesn't matter. And then you draw like the midsection. And you draw the hips. And now we got our dude. And then if I were drawing a woman, all I'm gonna do, actually I'll do this, watch. Now, it's okay. It takes a lot of practice, but these are like just things you can do to check yourself. Alright. And so this is a dude. Now, if I'm gonna make this a woman, all I gotta do is change like two things. I gotta make the hip a little wider. So I'm gonna just get the hip. Of course, can't do it traditionally, so get bent. But all right, I'm just gonna make the hips wider to match the shoulders like this. Now it matches. I'm gonna turn this a little bit. Now I'm gonna make the neck a little bit smaller. And just making those small adjustments is going to make this man look a lot more like a woman. I didn't even change the head at all. The head is exactly the same. It's just these small differences that characters look way different. So as long as you keep that in mind, like you can actually do a lot of things. And now just making the waist bigger, and or even if I want to make her more girly looking, I can actually just make her shoulders even skinnier. And now she looks. Now this is like basically just a template for like a woman. Yeah. So, and then once you, of course, like anatomy takes forever to learn. There's no. I'm gonna say it now. If there's someone on YouTube saying like, "Here's a quick tip to learn anatomy in 3 days," there's no way. There's no way. Anatomy takes time to learn. You just have to practice. Like, there's like tips and tricks, but at the end of the day, you just gotta practice. Like, it's a lot to remember. Like, to start just like throwing things around and like making things make sense, like it takes a lot of practice. But you can do it. Anyone can do it. Like, art isn't like super mysterious. Art is just practice and understanding things. As long as you're always practicing and always like trying to get better, like you will get better. It just takes time. Hey. I like that. That's really nice. Good job. And then and then you get to a point where like I've drawn the human body so many times that like it doesn't matter where I start on the human body, I can finish the rest. It's just a puzzle piece. So like let's make the torso from like the belly button up. You know what I mean? Like that center line in your body. So we're gonna draw the belly button, and we're gonna draw it up. So I'm gonna draw like this. We can draw an entire body off this belly button without me changing anything. The human body always follows a pattern, no matter what. The hard part is understanding like, yeah, like art isn't like, yeah, to make it look good takes time and like it looks kind of crazy, but like art as a concept is just understanding where things go. That's it. And then adding like stylization to it, and that's art. There's no like mysterious force or like talent to it. It's just like practice and memorization. So like here's the belly button, right? Because I know the belly button is like below the waist, obviously, or it's like at the waist level. I know that the crotch is going to be right below the belly button, so I'm just going to draw this because the crotch kind of is like a triangle. And then I know that the crotch is below the pelvis, and I know the pelvis goes up to kind of make like the get those indents in your body. So if I go up and just make a swirl, and go up, make a swirl. Okay, now I know the crotch and the pelvis are here, which means that the hip dip is here, right? And I know if the crotch is here, that's where the legs kind of start. Like I can draw like the gap between the legs here, and then I can from the crotch because I know this is where it is. I can already let's say that she has like leggings just to make it easier. I can just go ahead and start putting in like legging marks, like because her legs are gonna go this way. And if I know this is where the legging marks are, I can make a bump because this is where the kind of like the meat starts, like this, right? And then I know this connects to the pelvis, so I can just make like a kind of like an anatomy line that takes practice. But you can draw this a million times if you want, doesn't matter. Kind of like this. And then I know that the like there's like so there's like a circle here basically. Like the meat starts here, right? So I can just go ahead and draw this. I know that the leg is not going to be over here. That's way too far. I know it's not going to be here because it's too short. So it's going to be about like right here. So if I just make a kind of like a curvature line like this, and then I go back to here because I know that the meat's going to connect here. I'm just going to simply connect here. And then I'm going to grab the other line. I know that again, the fat starts about right here. It's not gonna it's gonna squish here, right? So I know it's gonna go about to right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. I know it's not gonna be over here. It's gonna be about here for like the curvature of the line. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that. And then again, this line is a bit long, so I'm just gonna erase this. I'm just gonna go ahead and connect it about here, like that. And I'm actually gonna reduce this a little bit because it doesn't really make sense. It's a bit too wide. So I'm actually going to bring the pelvis in a bit more and kind of reconnect it here. And then I'm going to do this. And then I know the leg goes down, right? Because it's a leg. So the knee is gonna be about here, just because it's a leg. You just gotta practice. And the knee is basically a circle, right? So I'm gonna draw this. So I'm gonna just connect from here to here, like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing for the other leg. And I'm gonna just draw around the belly button because it's like the stomach, like that. I'm gonna draw a box because like it's. I know the for most women the waist is gonna be like smaller than the waist. So here's like a box. I'm gonna erase the line a little bit. I'm gonna scroll out. I know that her torso is above her chest, obviously. So I'm literally just gonna draw a circle. And then I know that again, like we were talking about before, here's her waist, right? Meaning her shoulders need to be about the width of her hips. So I'm going to simply, well, this is a more of an anatomy tip. To draw a shoulder, just draw a line like this. It'll make sense later. And then if the shoulders are here, the neck's gonna be slightly above the shoulders through the middle part, because the neck is in the middle of the body, obviously. So I'm gonna just draw a rectangle, and then I'm gonna draw around the shoulder. And then if we're making, depending on the chest size, it's completely up to you. But I know that her torso isn't gonna go past her shoulders, right? So her torso isn't gonna go past here. So I can just go ahead and basically connect all the dots here. Kind of like that. And then if I'm being cool, I can kind of like curve it in more. So she's more shapely, I guess. And then, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks crazy, but I promise you, like this is how it all makes sense. It all makes sense. There's nothing mysteriously happening here. It's just understanding, like, after you do this a lot of times, like you'll understand. And it'll be less scary to you. Now, this is another anatomy tip. Inside the shoulder, in this middle part here, this is where like the chest, whether the character has pecs or breasts, it doesn't matter. It's always gonna connect inside the shoulder. So you're just gonna go inside the shoulder, and depending on how, like, let's just say her chest is here, we're just gonna connect. Sorry. And the same thing with this shoulder. We're just gonna get in the middle. We're gonna slide it down like this. Same thing. And then, because for most people their breasts are circles, you're gonna draw a line to make a circle. So it's gonna be like a triangle, but it's gonna be curved. So we're gonna draw a curved line, and we're gonna do this same thing over here. Now, then we're just gonna make a semicircle. Like, you gotta think about like a teardrop, I guess. So this what I see is this. So I'm just going to kind of make this make sense, kind of like this, and then I'm gonna make that make sense again on this side, and then I'm just gonna get rid of like the extra part because you don't need it. And then you kind of, make it look like how you want. What's up, Luna? And then I know that for most bras, they usually go behind your neck or they go up your shoulder. And so that means the bra line's going to go here, like to her neck, because that's where it would like connect. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a line. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line here. And erase like the, make it, look normal. And now I'm going to do the same thing here. All right. And then you can kind of stylize the bra any way you want, obviously. I'm just going to make it simple. And then, of course, I guess you can not draw a bra, but, it's up to you. This is a family-friendly stream. And then, yeah, it's okay. Art is like, when you are learning how to do art, it's confusing. Once you get it, it's fine. And then, for most women, right? Let's say I didn't draw these lines. For most women, even like chubby women, you're gonna like, there's gonna be a kind of like a curve, right? To most women's shape, it's gonna always look like this, like an S curve. Sorry, it's gonna look like this. So to keep that in mind, we're going to get her like her stomach line. This one's actually pretty good, right? This is kind of like habit anyway. But from the waist, it's gonna connect, and you want to make sure like no matter how you connect it, really like at this point it's kind of more about style. Like you don't need to make perfect anatomy, you just need to make convincing anatomy. So I don't actually know if there's muscles here. I don't know, but it looks cute, so we're gonna keep it. I'm gonna flip the canvas. You don't obviously you can't always flip the canvas, but in this case we will. For and then to make this true, we're going to curve inward. We're going to curve outward. Then we're going to curve inward. And then we're just going to clean it up a little bit. And that's it. That's all we did. And then, you know, if you want to like connect the dots again, it's fine. But there you go. And then, let's say she's wearing shorts. We can just draw one line like this, but it's kind of hard to tell like what the material is if we draw one line. So a technique I use personally, especially when it comes to like manga drawing and stuff like that, if you just draw two lines together, it makes things look a lot more dynamic. I don't really know why. It just kind of does. So if you draw one line and then two lines, like, sorry, hold on, two lines like this, it just makes it look better. I don't know. I can't tell you why. And then we know that women and people in general, we have stomachs, we eat things, right? So to keep our food in our body, we need to have a stomach that can pop out. So that means the stomach that's going to pop out is going to be about like here, right? This is like where your stomach is, kind of. So there's always going to be like a little fupa for everybody. No matter how strong you are, no matter how like fit you are, there's always going to be like a little bump. So that means, let's say that this, like, I guess exercise shorts have like some kind of like middle crotch design. We're going to just, now we can draw a straight line like this, but it doesn't make sense because there's a curve here. This is the stomach. So we're going to curve, right? And then go down. Actually, we'll probably still curve in, right? And then again, if you draw, this is one line. If you draw two lines, it makes it look cooler. I can't tell you why. It just kind of does. And then for stylization sake, we're just going to kind of do that again, but like add another little thing here. So now it's like jean shorts almost. We know that if we're going to draw shorts, that let's say we're drawing like shorts, it's going to be about here, right? Because if it's here, it's too long. So knowing this, if you draw a straight line here, then this one's going to go here. And then draw shorts, you're going to start, so when you draw clothes, you don't want to draw on the line. Like the line for legs doesn't really make sense because like clothes go off your body, especially thick clothes. Like if you wear jeans, like the jeans are going to curve around, like they're going to go like this. They're not going to go like this. So if I did this, it's not going to, like, it looks okay, but it's not like, it doesn't make sense because your clothes, unless you're wearing like super skin tight stuff, like it's never going to be this, like this tight on your body. So what we're going to do is, especially we're going to draw jeans at this point. So we're going to start off the body. We're going to go in. And then we're going to curve with the body inwards. Like this. And then this little pocket here, since it's going around the leg, this is all shadow. Like you can't see this. So there's going to be a shadow here. And then the jeans are thick, right? So we're going to go up as opposed to like going like this. Which you can, depending on the shorts, I guess. But I want to make it thicker. So we're going to go up, and then we're going to go over. And then we're going to erase the middle part, because it doesn't make any sense. But now we have thicker layers of jeans, right? And then we're going to just go ahead and connect it down. And if we want, we can do two lines again, right? Erase this a little bit. And if you want to be super cool, because this is a thick pair of jeans, it's not just a single line, it's a 3D line. That means this little part is going to be also in shadow. And honestly, we can actually thicken the shadow up until like the middle part to make it like really look like it's like thick, you know? And then this part's also going to be in shadow just because it's like curving off the pants, you know what I mean? There you go. And then we all know jeans. So this is something that's hard for me to understand, but it's just how it is. We aren't looking at the true side of the body. This is like a three-quarter, like her body's curving inward. So we need to know that the side of her pants aren't actually at the side. It's actually one step inwards. So this is the true side. So to do that, we're gonna draw like a design. We're just gonna draw a line that highlights the side of her hip, like this. All right. So we're gonna follow the side like that. And then most jeans have pockets, so we're just gonna draw a pocket. And again, to make style look good, you just do two lines. Again, I don't know why. It just works. What's up, Koopa? Right? And because there's a fupa here, like her stomach, if you want, instead of like to make it like knowing that like her fupa is causing stretch marks, like it's causing like wrinkles in the pants, you can just draw. So if you want to draw a fold, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but in my opinion, like here's my lazy way of doing it. I draw a line, and draw another line, and then I draw that's it. And if you do it on the other side, you draw a line, you draw a line. I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I have no clue. And then you can kind of just erase the fupa, like the stretch marks a little bit, but now you have like some kind of like mark where like folds happen. I'm showing people like how drawing works in my head anyway. Where I'm not making magic, I'm just following trends. Like everything makes sense. I think it means experimental feature, and I have no idea how it works. So her crotch. So technically speaking, like we're looking like this isn't the half, right? It's like if you draw this, hold on. It's like the crotch isn't like it's like a 3D shape, basically. I'm trying to say. So you're always gonna kind of like highlight the crotch because it's under the body, if that makes sense. You know, it was kind of weird, but that's the thing too. Yeah, keep in mind. Anyways, and then same thing with the boobs too. Any really like the boobs as in like it's a 3D object, right? So like yes, we see boobs as like curves, but it's actually a circle, right? It's like popping out of the body. And if anything is ever popping out, whether it's clothes or whatever, what's up, Lola? It's always gonna cause a shadow. So we need to make a shadow for it to be realistic. Or like believable, not really realistic, I guess, but you know what I mean. So, an easy way for me to draw shadows, I don't know if this is the right way, but this is a way to do it, is start where the shadow is going to end, and then just draw. You can go ahead and ask. You can ask anytime you want. I'm just going to keep going until you ask. You can just draw a straight line down, and the body's also like a curve, obviously, like just a lot of curves in the human body. Like we're looking at like shapes here. So, with that in mind, we're going to start at the end and just go down and follow the curve. Now, I drew a really thick line for some reason, but there's a shadow here is what I'm trying to say. Because, and then also like on the bra too, it's gonna like, the halfway point of the bra before it goes downward is gonna be about halfway through. So this is also gonna have shadows too. Yeah, nothing I'm saying here is like rocket science. It's just things that you need to keep in mind. But these are all things that we all can do. Like this is not like super like high level art or anything like that. It's just understanding like basic like how things work at a really simple level, but making it simple. Also, same thing here. Since it's not skin tight because it's thick, we're gonna go out and go back in and then shape this in. Fingers? I don't know how to draw fingers. I can try my best to show you, but I draw fingers in a really fucky way. I haven't seen Annoying Orange since like 2012. That was like a decade ago. um, yeah. So, so yeah, that's basically like art in general. Like it's not. Yeah, it takes a lot of practice, but like if you really break it down, like it's nothing too extreme. Hands are kind of weird. Like I'm not. I can show you how I draw hands, but it's not gonna be any like it's not gonna be as structured as like the body. My hands are kind of wacky. I draw believable hands. Like if you look at my characters at a distance, the hands look fine, right? But yeah, if you look at my hands, these are the hands. Yeah. Like, does this hand look right to you? It's passable. But yeah, my hands aren't like good. But you don't need good art to make it believable. You just need decent art. But yeah, all my hands look stupid, right? Yeah, but from a distance, my hands look fine. You don't need to draw perfect hands. It's all a myth. So, as long as you get your hands kind of right, it's good enough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you don't actually need to draw good hands, to be honest. Most people aren't looking that hard at the hands, as we learn from AI. Yeah, so that's my tip. Of course, you should actually learn how to draw hands. Like, I'm also kind of learning how to draw hands, but yeah, you don't actually need to like have amazing hands to make good art. It doesn't matter. What's up, Taru? See you, Koopa. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, speaking of hands, the arms are kind of like I draw arms in a very specific way, and I think it works almost every time. So the way I draw an arm, I always start with the shoulder. Like I used to hate the shoulder. The shoulder used to piss me off because I can never get it right. And then I learned like a secret technique. Um, Obviously the circle is basically it's more of like an oval, but it doesn't matter. Um, if all you got to do is let's say this person is like this way. I don't know. Hold on. That's bad. Whatever. It's draw like a circle and a triangle like this. Once you draw this, let me draw like this. Then all you gotta do is start from one side, then the other side, and you just draw a rectangle. That's it. And then erase a little bit of it, and then essentially like that's kind of like your shoulder. And then like again, if you remember that like we pinch the pectoral muscle in the shoulder, then now we can start puzzle piecing our character together. And then all bada boom bada bam, it's like magic all of a sudden. It's like how does he know where to place things? I'm like it all follows the same rhythm every single time. It's like art is like hard, but it's not hard in a way where it's like it's impossible to understand. It's like you just gotta, but also like all these tips they work for me. Like you need to draw so much that like you understand how things work and then how it makes sense for you. Because I can explain all day long of how I process things, but it's not gonna make sense to you. Like it will make sense in the way that like you can like rewatch my things over and over again, but like you need to understand what it feels like to pick up on these patterns and like capitalize off of them. And that's what practice is for. But yeah, it's like like I can draw really quickly because I understand like what I'm looking for. I can really draw any line, and I can make a probably a woman or a body out of it. Like let me, I'm gonna draw like random lines. I'm gonna draw this. Or sorry, let me. I need space. All right, watch. I'm gonna draw this line. I'm gonna draw this line. Sorry, it's the same line. This, and this. I can turn all these into bodies. Alright, so this one. I'm not gonna teach you backs because backs are also it's not like hard, it's again it's kind of tricky. But again, I know that the spine is always curved, right? So what I see is I see someone bending over forward. So I see the shoulder. I see shoulder blades. I see where the crotch stops. Here. I know the butt's gonna be here. I know that the shoulders are gonna be wider, or as wide as the hips. So the hips are gonna be about right here. Then we go inwards. And then the boss. Yeah. I didn't draw that one. Oh, you never use it? I know you did. Nah, I like it too. It's pretty cool. Okay, okay. But yeah, yeah. Like drawing isn't like it does take time to learn, but it's I'm not doing anything that you guys can't do. It's just practice and repetition. Anyone can make art. I promise you. There's nothing mysterious about art. Now, if you want to get good, that's a different story. But you can definitely get decent. Mastery just comes with practice, but you can understand the basics. That part's actually not as crazy as you think it is. But yeah, so you guys all can be amazing artists if you guys aren't already. You just gotta believe. All right, see you, dude. I'll probably get off here soon. To be honest, I've been streaming for a little while. Think of it like this: every time you draw, you're probably getting better than like 1,000 people. A lot of people give up. They say they don't have time or whatever. But every time you keep up with it, like you're leaps and bounds better than a lot of people who didn't. Like it may seem rough because you're obviously talking to a lot of people who draw all the time. And honestly, I have probably more years on you when it comes to like drawing. But you're probably way better than like 80% of America because a lot of people don't draw and they don't keep up with it and they don't practice. You're better than them. Like you're better than a lot of people. It does not take a lot of work to be like pretty decent. Like you'll if you practice, like you'll outscale a lot of people, especially if you practice consistently. A lot of people can't draw for nothing. Like they cannot draw at all. When I first started, I couldn't draw for anything. I could not draw at all. I was terrible. Like I was way worse. Like you would have kicked my ass back in the day. You were like drawing is not easy. Yeah, trust me, you're a lot better than you think you are. Relative. But yeah, if you compare yourself to me, who's probably drawn much longer than you, yeah, it's gonna seem a little rough, but you're not bad. Neither is anyone here. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people can't even draw stick people. Like you'd be surprised how good you are compared to like the average person. Like it does not take long to be like decent at something. Mastery takes a bit of time, but like to be like passable, like it's not it's actually not hard. And let's be real, like there are some people who, in my opinion, have awful art and have a very successful art career, and they make stickers and they have an awesome community and stuff like that. It's not about how good you can draw. It's about are you saying something with your drawing? Like, are you like what are you trying to do? Yeah, it's like it's not again like no one really cares how good you draw. To be honest, like it's about like just sharing your story. It's like my story is that I like to practice a lot, and people are inspired by like how much I practice. But that's it. I don't have like a comic. I don't have like OCs besides like the bird maybe, but like I don't have like a whole like I'm not community driven. I don't have like a Discord or anything. I'm not like you know TikToking or anything like that. My whole message is like anyone can draw. It just takes practice, you know. And when you draw and you keep doing it, like people see like how far you've come, and like that's like your message. It's not about how good you are. It's about, you know, that you love art, and that's all that matters, you know. And you can be any quality of art and still love art. It doesn't matter. So just like the worst thing you can do is to stop practicing because you're not good enough. Like you're never gonna be good enough. Get over it. Like you just practice, because like eventually, hopefully, you'll be good enough. And if you were never good enough, at least you practiced, right? So always practice. There's like never really an excuse not to. And if you're tired, take a break and then get back to it later. That can be a week and a month. Doesn't matter. Just don't quit. Quitting is like the true failure, you know. That's what I think anyway. So I'm gonna practice and draw until the day I die, because I love drawing. I love art, bro. Like, art's super fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Whether it's watching people make art, yourself making art, or just like encouraging people who are also making their own art, you know, there's a lot of ways to enjoy art that isn't just drawing. Like just being a part of the community and like sharing your journey, or just like being up, like saying like, "Hey, good job, like good drawing, that's cool." Like that goes such a long way, you know. Like it's art. It's an awesome thing. Like we all can do it, you know. I'm not gonna say AI is ruining everything. It's not. It's more like that's my biggest thing too. Because some people are like, you know, what's the point of learning if AI is gonna take my job? It's like, look, at the end of the day, it's like money is great, and like of course I would love $1 million too, but like there's something that like is happening when I make art that I can't explain. It's like I feel so connected as a human to like the world, you know. Like art is like much more than just the final product, you know, and nothing can take that away from you. No matter how shitty or amazing your drawing is, at the end of the day, like at least you drew something, you know. A lot of people can't even do that. You're better than like 90% of people because they can't even pick up the pencil, you know. They just want to make excuses, being like, "Oh, I can't draw." I'm like, plot twist: you'll never be able to draw if you never draw. Like, how you gonna get better at doing a marathon if you don't run? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? It's like only with art people say stuff like that, or to be like, "Oh, I can't draw. I can't draw." I'm like, okay, well, like, how do you get good at anything? You practice, and you're gonna suck in the beginning. Like it happens to everybody. Like to get good at anything, you have to practice. Like art is no different, and anyone can learn anything. So anyone can learn to make amazing art. You just gotta practice and take your time and like practice. Go outside, meet friends, like have a life, and then practice when you can. You know, like there's so much more to it than just like the final products. You know, that's what I think. It's my 2 cents. Like art is an awesome thing, and it's free. Some people are like, you know, what's it called? Some people are like, oh yeah, AI art democratizes art because like art was unacceptable or unattainable before. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you need a computer, you need an AI platform, media subscription to make AI art. With you can make art with a pen and a pencil. You can just steal a pencil and grab some paper. Like, it's like, how is art any less like what? AI, I'd say AI art is much more. There's more guardrails to AI art than just making art on your own. Like, there's nothing democratizing about anything. Just like make your own art, bro. You don't need a pencil. You can just make origami. Just get a pen. You know what I mean? Like, there's no excuse not to make art. Like, if you don't want to make art, just say you don't want to make art. You can always make art. You can have one arm. You can be blind. I don't want to hear nothing but from nobody. Like, anyone can make art if they want to make art. That's all there is to it. Anything else, anything in between is an excuse. And it's okay to make excuses if you don't want to make art. It's fine. But don't say you're an artist and be like, "Oh, I can't draw though." It's like, well, bro. Like, get that queer talk out of here. If you want anything in life, you gotta try. If you're not gonna try, like, I don't want to hear it. Like, life is supposed to be challenging in the way that like you're supposed to like want to do things that you're not good at. That's how you grow, you know. Like that's why we go to school. That's why we meet friends. Like that's how it works. You got to like try to get better. If everything's simple, like if you know if you can just generate art, what's the point of living? What's the point of living if you're not trying to do anything? Like you should be failing at something in life. Like failing is kind of like part of life. So it makes life like exciting. Not being able to win everything. Like that's because like Dark Souls, like Tekken, when you're playing with their siblings and like your friends are good at stuff and you're not, they beat your ass all the time. But then one day you win, and when you win, it's so cool, you know. Like that, like struggling is like the whole point of life, and that's okay. I get embarrassed too. I'm not saying like none of this is embarrassing or none of this is annoying or frustrating. Like it is very frustrating to draw, but it's still worth it. You grow a lot more as a person, and also like you just it's just better. Like I don't know, like why do you not want to struggle? You know what I mean? Like life should be kind of hard, to be honest. Not impossible, and don't like bite off more than you can chew, but it should be like kind of hard. I think drawing is still kind of hard. Like to capture the image I have in my head and to work on like painting and all this stuff. Like it's not easy, but it's fun, you know. And then when you guys see it, you're like, oh my god, he's getting so good at art. I'm like, bro, I'm still working on it. So I mean, yeah, it's just like it's just awesome, bro. Like, why don't you want to make art? Yeah, yeah. I'm probably gonna log off here. I'll post on my drawings. But I've been drawing for like 3 hours, which is awesome. It's a good day when I can draw that long. All right, I'm going to. Yeah, man, drawing is fun, bro. Drawing is super tight. All right, I'm going to get off. I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. It's been real. Yeah, man. We need more artists, bro. All right, see you guys later.